in terms of being a parent, I look back and I definitely push my kids too much. Like I definitely failed in that area. I look back now, early on, I wasn't a person of faith. Also, being a former athlete, playing in college, right? You get your identity from that, talking about identity, like your performance. So then your kids are young and you want to help them be their best. So you wind up pushing them. And sometimes you look back like, okay, I pushed them too much. Where's the fine line between pushing your kids to be their best, knowing like one day they may say, like, Dad, you pushed me and I made it because of you. Like we hear that all the time because that's what I was hearing. And then also the line where maybe you push too much and you're pushing them and you want it more than they do. Where's that fine line as a parent? Because you're in the midst of it right now. I can see the mistakes I made. What are you thinking about in terms of this as a parent?
This is a good one. I think first of all, it's okay to make mistakes parenting. I think that's okay. So this is a good one because I came from a family background where my father pushed me. I mean, pushed me, and I'm thankful for it. I sit here today and I'm thankful for it because I wouldn't have gone through the things that I did if not for that. Did he push me too much? Yes. Now, the issue as an adult, I had this as a kid, but I have it as an adult now still is I felt like two things. One, my father pushed me because he wanted it. And then my father pushed me and I did not feel loved even in the midst of pushing. And so I think for parents, one, I think as parents, I'm guilty of this on a daily basis. We make parenting about us. Well, I want what's best for my kid. Well, what you want doesn't really matter here, and so, specifically with sports, I want them to have this, or I want, and it's like you had your youth and you had your life, but realizing that pushing them is good because it teaches them discipline, work ethic, habits, all that stuff, right? That that is good for a human being, right? So pushing them in the sports is going to benefit them. But at the end of the day, they have to know that they are loved as your child. And that's where my father missed, and that's something that is still an issue today, so to speak. And I think that for parents, it's okay to push your child, but you have to be honest with yourself. And if you can't sit there and look at yourself on a daily basis in the mirror and go, does my son or daughter know that they're loved as my kid? Not that they're loved because they got up at 5 o'clock in the morning and worked really hard, or they study, that they're loved because they're my son or my daughter. It's okay to push them hard. They need you to push them hard because they're not mature enough to know that's what's best for them, And I think that while there might be bumps along that road, that again, I want the best 30-year-old. I truly believe that will be the case way more often than not, as long as that they know that my dad loves me because I'm his kid. Then that the pushing is necessary and it's good.
Yeah, one of the best things I've ever heard is what you just said. So I really appreciate that in terms of love. It has to feel unconditional.
Yeah.
It can't feel conditional. I think that's what it is.